Now, a little earlier before we started recording, we were talking about around the table here. Believe it or not, if you look at them, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, over 75 years of combined industry experience here, which again is kind of hard to believe. But I saw an article that talked about the age of financial advisors, and there was a survey by J.D. Power that found the average is 55, with about 20% of advisors in the 65 and up range. So at some point, you will retire. We all will retire at some point. But let's talk about you guys. Have you set up a succession plan at America's Retirement Headquarters so that your clients can continue to get good customer service?
Yeah, absolutely. We have. When I purchased the building here in 2008, this is America's Retirement Headquarters, our headquarter building here in Maumee. And of course, we have satellite locations in Michigan and Texas. It was designed to be one location to help people that are close to or in retirement time. And, if I go back into my younger years, I'm 47. I got licensed at the age of 18, so I've been doing this well over 25 years now. I used to be Baker Financial Group, and the challenge I get about that, and as I traveled to a lot of financial industry conferences, there are a lot of older financial advisors, and I think a lot of them have a lot of great wisdom and knowledge that they can bring to the table. But the reality is they could be getting closer to retiring, just like the average client that we work with that's transitioning to retirement time. So when you think about a succession plan, and when we were building out America's Retirement Headquarters, what I wanted to do is be able to bring those team of professionals. And when you look at the team approach here at America's Retirement Headquarters, that stands for taxes, estate planning, asset protection, and money management. So we have a lot of our clients that choose to work with a CPA that we have a relationship with. We work with a lot of our clients' CPAs to make tax decisions working hand in hand from a tax perspective. Estate planning, it's an area that impacts everybody that's close to or in retirement time, whether it's getting updated legal documents in place or figuring out, how to go from success of my working years to significance in what I leave behind. When you look at asset protection, we talk about, Scott, in your background of looking at, how do I get health insurance and transition to Medicare, to all the way down the road, how do I maintain control and independence and stay out of a nursing home, or if that happens, how do you protect your life savings from being wiped out, to the money management, which, Chaz is serving on the investment team. We also have a group of people that are able to kind of look at how to put the pieces together to figure it out. And then by utilizing that team approach, I think really gives us an overall strategy to help people figure it out. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've had people come into our office and say, Nolan, I'm just really excited to be able to work with somebody that has the approach that this is the last place I should ever have to go to, because I don't want to retire with my financial advisor and all of a sudden in 5 or 10 years from now, find somebody else I have to work with. I want to find a home that I can be here for a long, long time, which is why we've built it out.
Sure. I actually met with a client last week, and, it was funny. They said exactly that thing. I said, well, who do you currently have for a financial advisor? And, well, let me tell you. And it was a big story for them, We had this financial advisor, and he was great. We really liked him, but he retired. And what did they do? They just transferred me over to this other advisor. We never met him. We don't even know who he is. And they were very frustrated with the fact that they really didn't know who their financial advisor was. So they're going to come in, they're going to sit down, they're going to talk with us and get some, at least some other opinions, Had I prepared properly, I didn't, but had I prepared properly, I probably should have shaved when we were talking about this topic, because it definitely makes me look like I'm one of the more towards the 65. I am not 65. I'm not going to go there, but I run in that a lot with when I do my educational events, and people ask, "Am I going to be able to work with you? And if so, how long are you going to be in the business?" That means a lot to people, especially when they're moving into retirement. It just is. It's just one of those things that really means a lot to them, and they want to make sure that they're going to be with someone as long as they're retired as well.
Yeah. We've talked about it, and we had this conversation recently when we were doing our business planning meeting for, talking about 2023 and looking at, again, continuing to build that out. So we always have somebody that's acting as a fiduciary, working in the right capacity to help their clients, steer them in the right direction, somebody that has that. And I would say the same thing, my son has been working with us for the past couple of years. He is still at college at Bowling Green State University. We have a college internship program. Connor's been working here at the firm, offered a position as he finishes up his college degree. And, the great thing, I think, is there's a lot of wisdom that comes from us, real world experience. Like we lived through 9/11, we lived through the dot-com bubble burst. We lived through life's experience. I think there's a lot to be said about that. What's also neat is if you think about where the future of America's Retirement Headquarters is going, as well as that continued value add, is the younger kids like my son Connor, your son Troy, they bring that technology to table and be able to kind of help put it together. And I think, Chaz, it's kind of a great thing that helps us be able to blend it all together and helping people with what we offer here at America's Retirement Headquarters.
Absolutely. Like you said, I think there is a lot to be said for experience and just having lived through a lot of those times when it was difficult and you couldn't really understand what was on the other side of a bad market. But once you've been through it a few times, you've been in that movie 2 or 3 times, you have a little bit more confidence in being able to look someone in the eye and say, hey, we will get through this. We've always have. I've seen this type of market before. The other thing that I think is important with an advisor that has a little bit of experience in some years is that they tend to be a little bit more comprehensive, is what I've found generally. And that's just because this business is really truly a lifetime of learning, where you just named off the acronym T.e.a.m. There's so much that's involved with taxes. In fact, taxes kind of permeate through everything that we do. There's a component for insurance. There's a component for money management, the estate planning, and kind of not giving actual advice or legal advice, but being able to give people direction. And I think that really is worth the time and maybe the money that you may spend to talk to a financial advisor that has a lot of experience, just because they're going to save you a lot of time and trouble in the end of helping lead and direct you in the right way, and maybe getting you in front of an attorney, or recognizing when maybe there's something that they shouldn't or can't do, they don't have an expertise in it, but are going to go ahead and refer it to the experts and get you the advice that you need.
When we talk about getting you to, through, and beyond retirement, we mean just that, working with you every step along the way. And I dare say, I don't know what the retirement plans are for the people at the table right now with the team at America's Retirement Headquarters. But, there are, it's like in college or football, the next man up. The team is already having that plan put in place. And so being able to impart their experience and help you build that relationship, it's not going to be something where you come in one day and immediately it's cold turkey and brand new faces, people you don't have a relationship with. That is what you want when you are in retirement. You want that relationship with these people who are working with you through retirement. That is what you get at America's Retirement Headquarters. And if you want to get started, if you want to meet the team, you can go to ARHQ.com right now and click right there and meet the team right there on the website. But a better option is actually meeting them in person. While you're on the website, you can come to schedule a time to come to one of the upcoming events, or you could just make that appointment, come into the office and meet the team and start developing that relationship. 419-794-3030. Once again, that's 419-794-3030.